High School of the Dead is amazing and was way ahead of its time and does not get enough credit as I think it deserves. Let me explain. We've all been there. We've all been bored at school while you got that fat, overweight teacher, or possibly the pregnant teacher. English teachers are always pregnant. You got the teacher up there giving you useless information, and you're just sitting there at your desk in your own little world, or you're at work and being totally productive, or you're just at home, or wherever you are. We've all had those instances where we just think, you know, what if the zombie apocalypse happened? Like, what's my go-to? Am I gonna survive a zombie apocalypse? Like, how am I gonna... We've all had those thoughts, and it usually all boils down to us being the guy that rolls into town, kills all the zombies, takes over, all the bitches. We've all had that thought and that scenario run through our mind. Well, High School of the Dead lets you literally watch that. It is the ultimate power fantasy before Sword Art Online was even a thing. Well, I mean, the anime, you know, light novel and shit, that's a different story. But before the Sword Art Online anime was even there for us to be like, yo, that could be we would be Kirito, we had High School of the Dead. It was the ultimate power trip zombie fantasy apocalypse titty scenario, and I love it. And it does not get enough credit. Now, it's not like deep in meaning. You're not going to come out and be like, the rose petals represented her chastity or Corvettes or something. I don't know. You're not going to come out like that. You're going to come out like, yo, I just saw this dude shoot a bullet through this chick's titties and hit a zombie. That is badass. The story revolves around our main character, Takashi, and he is us. He is our guy. He is the loner. It starts off right away and you feel bad for him. He's like the loner kind of guy. The girl he loves and has a pinky promise with is like his best friend. He is the outcast and you're made to feel sorry for this guy right off the bat. He is the everyday man. He is the majority of anime viewers. Back in the day when this was made, 2010, he was majority of the anime viewers. He was an outcast. Nowadays, everyone watches anime, but back then, not too many people did. Even though this is like 10 plus, this is 12 years old, it still holds up. Like, it really looks really good for how old it is compared to a lot of other anime at the time. But Takashi isn't really skilled at anything. Like, you have a bunch of other members in his group. You got his childhood friend Ray, who was trying to bang his best friend, but his best friend dies. So now Ray eventually wants him back, and now he has the power. He holds all the cards. He has the leverage. So we have titty number one. We also have the best girl, Psycho, who is the Kendo club captain, and she has these awesome combat skills, but she also gets like a little turned on and actually really enjoys killing the zombies. Like, that's her go-to thing. Like, you want to relieve stress. A lot of people, you know, do yoga or harass children at parks. She likes to kill zombies. You also have Seiya Takagi, who is the resident pink-haired person, and she also is like really smart and knows a bunch of things, and she's kind of stuck up, but it works for her. And you also have a MILF, so that's pretty cool. Always pro MILF. You have Shizuka Marikawa, and she is the nurse at the school, and she's kind of like the mom of the group, and her titties are always bouncing over. It's awesome. And the last main person of this group is going to be the resident school shooter. I mean, Kota Hirano, or however you pronounce his name. Like, this guy, this is the last dude I would ever let around, like, guns at all. Like, that's his whole thing in the anime. He's like the gun expert, and he knows a lot about guns and shit. But my God, whoever thought it was a good idea to give this man a gun, you are lucky this is a zombie apocalypse, because he has someone to take out his anger on. This guy's a straight school shooter. Like, he has his moments where it's like, all right, man, just put the gun down. We're on the same team, my guy. Put the gun down. And you'll also be introduced to a couple other people through this group, but that's the main group. And now you also have this other group. It's a very like rapey group. It's not a very, you have this like psychopath Koichi Shido, and he like is just molesting these high school girls. He's very weird. You don't want to be a part of this group. This group is the you're gonna get touched group. I mean, just look at him. He has the stereotypical anime bad guy look. So far, let's recap. You have tons of fan service, all the titties, you have guns, you have zombies, you have MILFs, you have an awesome OP. Dude, I still listen to this OP when I'm working out in the gym because it's just so hype. Like, you just listen to it and you're like, yes, I would be the one shooting the gun off this bitch's titties. Like, literally, they have a scene where this dude shoots the gun off of her titties and they bounce. Like, I've wanted to recreate that scene so bad in real life. I think I'm going to one day. So this anime is fantastic. It holds up 12 years later. It's such a shame that the creator died not too long after this came out, I believe, because I would have loved to see this continue. And when I first watched this and I learned that there wasn't a season 2, I was physically hurt because I wanted to see more gun titty foo. Yeah, you've heard of gun foo? Now we have gun titty foo. We're taking it up a notch. They were way ahead of its time. My God, this is such a good anime. If you haven't checked it out, give it a watch. It's really, really good. You start to actually care for some of these characters, and it's not like really too much grounded in reality. Like the zombies aren't like those super fast, like running at you DayZ type zombies. Like it's the type of zombies to where you're like, how does anybody die? Like you should easily be able to survive this, but I will give them credit. They somehow make it work by just having overwhelming numbers and tight corridors. So it is kind of a little realistic, but definitely check it out, man. I can't hype this up enough. It's so good. Give it a watch. That's all I got. High School of the Dead. Check it out. I probably said High School DxD a couple times. That's also a good anime, but this one has a very special place in my heart for the gun titty foo. So check it out. Peace.